Hi, my name is Quezada Magdaleno, and today we'll be talking about what is sales. What is sales exactly? The definition of sales is more than just closing a deal. It involves every interaction between a salesperson and a prospect. Sales is a structured, repeated process that can be learned and improved. Four key outcomes is one of them, start a buying conversation, guide a buyer through the process, successfully close the sale, and determine when to move on from the opportunity. There are two different types of sales environments. One includes business to customer, which is B2C. This is when you sell directly to an individual. It's usually a faster sales cycle. Some examples might include a retail sales associate, real estate agents, insurance agents. The other one is business to business, which is B2B. This is when you're selling to organizations. This usually takes a longer cycle. There are multiple decision makers. Some examples of decision makers might be account managers, sales engineers, or business development managers. Many people think Many people think sales only means convincing someone to buy something. However, sales involve understanding customer needs, building relationships, and helping buyers make informed decisions. Successful salespeople follow a repeated process rather than relying on risk. Next, we'll be talking about types of values in sales. Three sales approaches: transactional sales, which means a customer knows what they want. They focus on price and convenience. Next would be solution sales. A customer recognizes the problem, but they need help finding a solution to their problem. Next would be consultative sales. Customers may not realize that a problem exists, so they need a salesperson educates and advises them on the problem that exists and how to solve it. Not every customer is on the same page. Some know exactly what they need, while others need guidance or education on their problem. Effective salespeople will adjust their approach based on a customer's situation. There are examples of the three. Transactional. We'll be talking about EV, or we'll be talking about electric cars. Transactional experienced experienced EV owners, so they know what kind of cars they want, they know which one they need. Solution drivers, they want to save money on gas. This might be a solution because you don't have to spend gas on an electric car, so this will be a good solution to them. They just need guidance on which electric car they need to buy. Last one will be consultative sales. They're not currently considering an EV. So this means that they don't know the problem. They don't recognize that they have a problem of spending gas, polluting the earth and all that. So a salesperson might convince them to buy an electric car. Next, we'll be talking about gathering information with spin selling. So there's the framework is first is solution, understanding the current environment that you're in, so B2B or B2C, problem identifying challenges, so identifying the problem. Implementation will be the next step, explore consequences of the problem, and lastly will be need to pay off, show value of solving the problem. Spin selling helps salespeople ask better questions and to cover customer needs instead of immediately pitching a product. Salespeople learn more about the customer's situation and help them recognize the value of a solution. Next, we'll be talking about understanding buyer's role. There are key people in the buying process, decision makers. Final authorization of purchase. Champion supports the solution internally. The influencer provides enterprise and recommendations. The gatekeeper controls access to decision makers. The user uses the product or service. Different people have different priorities during a purchase. Understanding these roles helps salespeople communicate effectively and address the concerns of everybody that's involved in a decision that has to be made. Next, we'll be talking about how buyers buy and how sellers sell. So this is called the buyer's journey. First is awareness. Recognize the problem. We got to know what problem there is. Consideration. Research solutions. This is something that the buyer will investigate. Next, we'll be talking about the seller's process. So they want to target the audience. Who are they targeting to sell their product? Lead generation. So they want to know how to lead the conversation too. They want to discovery. They want to introduce their product to the customer and have them go further, make their own investigation about the product. Presentation. This is where you finally present your product to the actual customer. Handling questions and objectives as answering the questions that a buyer might want to ask. And lastly will be closing the sale. This is just finally selling the product to the buyer. And buyers will move through awareness, consideration, and decision stages. Salespeople follow a process that's aligned with these stages to help process move towards a decision. And finally, we come to the conclusion. Some key takeaways is sales is a structured process, not just closing deals. There's two different types of sales environments, B2B and B2C, or sales require different approaches. Next will be another key takeaway will be salespeople create value through a transactional solution and consultative selling. And one of the greatest methods to get to the customer is the spin selling, encourages customer needs. Another key takeaway would be understanding buyers' roles improves communication. The next key takeaway would be effective targeting and following the sales process increase successfully. In conclusion, successful salespeople understand customer needs, identify the right prospects, and follow a proven process. Sales is ultimately about helping people solve problems and make informed decisions. Thank you.